My friends, imagine for a moment you get paid for the hours you put into your job. But life rewards you for the hours you put into yourself. That's the hook of this message, and if you allow it, it can shift the entire direction of your life. Most people wake up every morning thinking, how can I do better at my job? But very few wake up asking, how can I become a better version of myself? Your company can replace you in a week, but your growth can never be replaced. When you work on your job, you earn a living. But when you work on yourself, you earn a life. Think about it. Skills, habits, mindset, health, discipline, emotional intelligence. These are not given by your employer. These are gifts you give to yourself. If you improve yourself daily, your job automatically improves. Success is not something you chase at work. Success is something you attract by becoming valuable. Do not wait for promotions to define your worth. Build such a strong version of yourself that opportunities have no choice but to find you. Read more than you scroll. Practice more than you complain. Build yourself so much that your job is just one platform for your greatness, not the limit of it. The world doesn't pay you for the time you spend, it pays you for the value you bring. And value is the fruit of self-growth. So from today, invest at least 1 hour every day in yourself. Learn, grow, train, meditate, reflect. Make yourself so powerful from the inside that no external situation can shake you. And here's the action I want you to take right now. Stop saying, I don't have time. Start saying, I am creating time for me. If you work on yourself more than you work on your job, your future self will thank you. Not just with money, but with peace, freedom, and fulfillment. Because in the end, jobs may come and go. But who you become, that will stay with you forever. My friends, one of the biggest mistakes we make in life is that we believe working hard at our job will secure our future. Yes, working hard is important. Yes, putting in effort is necessary. But let me tell you something, if all your energy is spent on your job alone, you will only ever earn a living, not a life. Jobs are temporary, positions are temporary, even salaries are temporary. But who you become in the process of life, that is permanent. And that is why working on yourself every single day is far more important than working only on your job. When you improve yourself, everything around you improves automatically. When you sharpen your mind, when you strengthen your character, when you build your habits, you are upgrading your most valuable asset, you. Think about it, your company can replace you in a week, but no one can replace your growth. If you don't invest in yourself, you will stay stuck. But if you dedicate yourself to growth, opportunities will chase you. Too many people live life on autopilot. They wake up, rush to work, complete tasks, get their paycheck, and repeat. But very few stop to ask, what am I doing to grow as a person? What am I doing to strengthen my mind, my heart, my skills? Your real career is not the one written on your business card. Your real career is who you are becoming inside. You might lose a job, but you can never lose your character, your wisdom, your discipline, your inner strength. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people start the same job. One of them only works hard during office hours, does the minimum and goes home. The other one works on himself after hours. He reads books. He takes online courses. He builds his health. He practices communication. He trains his mind. After a few years, who do you think will be more valuable? It's not about luck. It's about growth. When you grow yourself, the world cannot ignore you. Your job gives you tasks, but self-growth gives you transformation. The truth is, your future will not be created by your company. It will be created by the person you decide to become. And that decision is made every single day in the small habits you choose. If you spend hours scrolling on your phone, complaining about life, or comparing yourself with others, you are wasting the energy that could be invested in building yourself. But if you dedicate just 1 hour a day to reading, learning, reflecting, exercising, or meditating, your entire life can change. You see, there are two kinds of investments in life, external and internal. External investments are your job, your income, your possessions. Internal investments are your skills, your health, your mindset, your wisdom. External investments can be taken away, your company can close, your job can end, your possessions can be lost. But internal investments, no one can steal them. They belong to you forever. The more you grow, the more valuable you become in every area of life. Many people complain about not getting promotions, not getting recognized, not getting opportunities. But the truth is, opportunities do not go to the people who need them, they go to the people who deserve them. And you become deserving when you work on yourself. Instead of waiting for others to recognize your worth, increase your worth by becoming better every single day. Don't just wait for doors to open, become the kind of person who builds doors. Working on yourself daily is not complicated. It means asking, what can I learn today? What can I improve today? What habit can I build today that will serve me tomorrow? It could be reading 10 pages of a good book. It could be journaling your thoughts for clarity. It could be practicing gratitude to shift your mindset. It could be exercising to strengthen your body. It could be learning a new skill to expand your opportunities. Small daily actions, compounded over time, create extraordinary results. The reason most people don't grow is because they wait for big moments. They wait for the perfect time. But growth doesn't happen in big leaps, it happens in small, consistent steps. Imagine planting a seed. You don't see results the next day, but if you water it daily, it becomes a tree. Similarly, you may not see the immediate results of working on yourself, but over months and years, you will transform into someone powerful, someone unshakable, someone unstoppable. When you build yourself, you are not just preparing for your current job, you are preparing for life. Jobs may come and go, but who you are becoming will stay with you forever. That is why you must put more effort into becoming the right person than just doing the right job. The world pays you for what you bring, and what you bring depends on who you are. So let me challenge you today. Choose one area of yourself that you will start working on daily. It could be your communication, your mindset, your discipline, your health, or your emotional intelligence. Don't wait for motivation, create it by taking action. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day, give that gift to yourself. Because when you become better, your job becomes easier, your relationships become deeper, and your future becomes brighter. Never forget this truth. Working hard on your job will give you income, but working hard on yourself will give you impact. Income can fade, but impact lasts forever. You don't have to wait for the world to change. Change yourself, and the world around you will shift. So, my friends, make a promise to yourself today. Do not just work for your job, work for your growth. Do not just focus on surviving, focus on becoming. One day, you will look back and realize that your greatest achievement was not the title on your desk or the money in your account. Your greatest achievement was who you became along the way. That is the power of working on yourself every single day. And that power, once unlocked, can change not just your career, but your entire life. My friends, I want you to reflect on something very important today. Life does not pay you for the hours you spend. It pays you for the value you bring in those hours. Many people confuse being busy with being productive, but being busy is not enough. The real question is, are you valuable? Are you becoming the kind of person whose presence creates impact, whose work cannot be ignored, whose contribution makes a difference? Because opportunities do not chase hours, they chase value. Think about this. Two people can spend the same 8 hours in the same office. One just passes time, finishing tasks like a machine, doing what's required. The other one puts energy, creativity, and problem solving into the same 8 hours. Whose work will stand out? Whose work will attract growth, recognition, and opportunities? It's not about the clock, it's about the value. Value is created when you work on yourself. If you don't grow, your value remains the same, and so do your opportunities. But the moment you start growing internally, opportunities cannot resist you. They are magnetized by value. When you become better, the world notices, even if you think no one is watching. Most people spend their life complaining, I deserve more money, I deserve more recognition, I deserve better opportunities. But let's be honest. Life doesn't give you what you deserve, it gives you what you become. You don't get paid for the potential you carry inside, you get paid for the value you release into the world. If you want to attract more, you must become more. Let me share a simple example. Imagine a glass of water. If the glass is small, it can only hold a little water. No matter how much you want it to hold more, it cannot because its capacity is limited. Similarly, if you remain small in your mindset, in your skills, in your wisdom, you can only hold small opportunities. But the moment you expand yourself, your thinking, your learning, your discipline, you increase your capacity. And when your capacity increases, life will pour more into you. This is why some people seem lucky. You look at them and say, how did they get that chance? How did they attract that success? It is not luck. It is value. They became the kind of person who could handle bigger opportunities, and so life trusted them with more. Success doesn't chase noise, success chases value. Here's the truth: your salary is not decided by the number of hours you sit at a desk. It is decided by the impact you make in those hours. A person who solves $1 million problem in 1 hour is worth more than a person who spends 10 hours just filling time. And this principle goes beyond jobs. Even in relationships, people don't remember how many hours you spent with them. They remember the value, the depth, the love, the presence you gave in that time. Value is universal. So how do you increase your value? By working on your inner world, by improving your skills, your mindset, your character, by becoming more disciplined, more focused, more emotionally intelligent, by reading books that expand your thinking, by surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, by practicing habits that upgrade your life. Every single day you have a choice. You can either add value to yourself or waste time. The ones who choose value daily will never be short of opportunities. Let me tell you this, opportunities are not lost. They simply go to someone else who is more prepared. If you don't grow yourself, if you don't become valuable, someone else will take the opportunity that could have been yours. And you will stand there blaming the world, when the truth is, the world rewards value, not complaints. Stop waiting for someone to recognize your worth. Build yourself so much that they cannot ignore you. Stop waiting for the right time. Become so valuable that the time becomes right. Stop chasing people. Become so valuable that people chase you. This is the law of value. Think of the greatest people in history, in business, in art, in leadership. Why do we remember them? Not because they existed for many years, but because in their years, they added tremendous value. They solved problems, they inspired lives, they created things that others could not. And that is why their names live forever. Value creates legacy. You may say, but I'm just an ordinary person. How can I add extraordinary value? Let me remind you, value doesn't always mean doing something the whole world sees. Sometimes it means doing what you do with so much sincerity, dedication, and excellence that even the small becomes extraordinary. A mother who raises her children with love and values adds value to the world. A teacher who teaches not just for salary, but for passion adds value to generations. A worker who does his job with honesty and integrity adds value that inspires others. Value is not about scale, it's about depth. Every day ask yourself, did I add value today? Did I become more valuable today than yesterday? If the answer is no, then tomorrow must be different. Growth is not optional. If you stop growing, you stop attracting. If you stop learning, you stop earning. If you stop building yourself, you stop building your future. The most dangerous trap is to believe that just doing your job is enough. The world is filled with people doing their jobs. But the world is changed by those who go beyond, those who grow themselves until they shine with value that cannot be hidden. And when you reach that point, success doesn't just knock on your door, it breaks it open. My friends, the message is simple: do not chase success. Become valuable, and success will chase you. Do not chase opportunities. Build yourself, and opportunities will search for you. The more valuable you become, the more the world opens its doors. So here is the challenge for you today. Choose one way to add value to yourself and one way to add value to others. Do it consistently and watch how your life begins to change. Because at the end of the day, you are not paid for time, you are paid for value. And the greatest investment you can make is in becoming the kind of person the world cannot ignore. Remember this truth deeply: life does not reward hours, it rewards value. And when you become valuable, success has no choice but to find you. My friends, I want to ask you a simple question. How many times in your life have you said the words, "I don't have time"? Think about it. Someone invites you to learn something new, and you say, "I don't have time." You want to exercise, but you tell yourself, "I don't have time." You think about reading a book, but then you say, "I don't have time." And slowly these three words, "I don't have time," become the biggest excuse that steals away your growth, your dreams, your future. The truth is, it's not about not having time, it's about not creating time. Every single one of us is given 24 hours in a day. The richest billionaire has 24 hours. The poorest person has 24 hours. The happiest person has 24 hours. The most miserable person has 24 hours. Time is the one thing life has distributed equally to everyone. What makes the difference is how you use it. When you say, "I don't have time," what you really mean is, "This is not my priority." And that's the harsh truth. Because if something is important enough, you will create time for it. People say they don't have time to exercise, but they have time to scroll on social media for hours. They say they don't have time to read, but they have time to watch television. They say they don't have time to reflect, but they have time to gossip. It's not about time. It's about choice. If you truly want to grow, if you truly want to become stronger than your circumstances, you must stop waiting for time to appear. You must start creating time for yourself. Schedule it, protect it, value it. Because if you don't create time for your growth, life will create circumstances that force you to regret. Imagine this. A person says they don't have time to take care of their health. Years later, they are forced to spend hours in hospitals. A person says they don't have time to learn new skills. Years later, they lose their job because their skills are outdated. A person says they don't have time to spend with family. Years later, they regret broken relationships. My friends, time wasted now always turns into regret later. But time invested now always turns into reward later. So the question is not, do you have time? The real question is, will you create time? Will you create time to read, to learn, to reflect, to meditate, to exercise, to build habits that will make you strong? Because if you don't, life will keep you busy with things that don't matter, and years will slip away before you realize it. Let me tell you something powerful. Business is not equal to growth. Just because your calendar is full doesn't mean your life is full. Some people are so busy earning a living that they forget to create a life. They run from morning to night, chasing tasks, ticking boxes, but they never pause to ask, am I growing? Am I becoming better? Am I moving closer to my true purpose? My friends, life is not meant to be a race of business. It is meant to be a journey of growth. And growth requires time. Time with yourself. Time to reflect on your day. Time to ask, what did I do well today? What can I improve tomorrow? Time to learn something new that expands your mind. Time to exercise and strengthen your body. Time to nurture your spirit with silence and gratitude. These moments may feel small, but they are the foundation of a great life. You see, when you don't create time for yourself, you slowly lose yourself. You become a machine, working, running, producing, but empty inside. You may have a job, you may have money, but if you have not built yourself, you will feel lost. Creating time for yourself is not selfish. It is necessary, because only when you are strong from within can you serve the world with strength. So stop saying, I don't have time. Start saying, I am creating time. Wake up earlier if you have to. Cut down distractions if you must. Protect your time like you protect your most valuable treasure. Because it is your most valuable treasure. Once time is gone, it never returns. You can earn money again, but you can never earn back lost time. Let me challenge you with this: dedicate at least 1 hour every single day to yourself. 1 hour for your growth, for your health, for your reflection. 1 hour that belongs only to you. In 1 year, that's 365 hours. In 5 years, that's 825 hours. Imagine what kind of person you would become if you invested that much time into yourself. Imagine the wisdom, the strength, the peace, the success you would create. The problem is we underestimate small daily actions. We think 1 hour doesn't matter. But 1 hour consistently builds greatness. Just as water dripping on a rock creates a mark over time, 1 hour a day can transform your life. But the key is consistency. Growth is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. And here's something important to understand. If you don't control your time, someone else will. Your boss will control it, your phone will control it, the world will control it. If you don't guard your time, it will be stolen. That's why you must be intentional. Create time for yourself first, then give your time to others. Fill your own cup so you can pour into others. Think about it. When you invest time in yourself, you become better at your job, better in your relationships, better in your decisions, better in your life. But if you neglect yourself, everything else suffers. You cannot give what you do not have. If you want to give wisdom, you must have wisdom. If you want to give love, you must have love. If you want to give energy, you must have energy. And all of this requires creating time to build yourself. So my friends, from today onwards, make a decision. Stop using time as an excuse. Start using time as a tool. Stop saying, I don't have time. Start saying, I choose how to use my time, because your future self is waiting. And the only way to meet that strong, wise, fulfilled version of yourself is to create time today. One day, when you look back at your life, you will not remember the hours wasted scrolling, gossiping, or rushing blindly. You will remember the hours you invested in yourself, the books you read, the skills you learned, the moments you reflected, the strength you built. Those hours will define your destiny. So let's end with this truth: time is not found, it is created. And if you create time for yourself today, you create a future for yourself tomorrow. My friends, many people in this world spend their entire lives chasing one thing: success in the eyes of others. They want to prove to society, to their family, to their friends that they are doing well. They want a job title that sounds impressive, a salary that others admire, a lifestyle that looks good from the outside. And there is nothing wrong with wanting success. But the problem is, when you chase only external success and neglect inner growth, you end up empty. You may be successful in the eyes of others, but you are insignificant in your own eyes. Let me ask you, what is the point of having the respect of the world if you do not have respect for yourself? What is the point of being celebrated publicly if you are broken privately? What is the point of building a name if you lose your peace? The truth is, real significance does not come from what you achieve outside. It comes from who you become inside. Your job can give you success, but only working on yourself can give you significance. Your job can pay your bills, but only self-growth can pay your soul. Your job can build your career, but only self-work can build your character. And in the end, character matters more than career. Because when the applause fades, when the job ends, when the money is spent, what remains is you. Think about it. We live in a world where comparison is constant. We look at what others are doing, what others are earning, what others are achieving. And we measure our worth based on how we look in their eyes. But significance is not about comparison. It is about authenticity. It is about asking, am I becoming the best version of myself? Am I living true to my values? Am I building a life that makes sense to me, not just to others? There are people with huge success in their careers, but deep emptiness in their hearts. There are people with recognition but no peace. There are people with followers but no fulfillment. Why? Because they worked more on their jobs than on themselves. They chased external success but ignored internal significance. My friends, never forget this. Success is about what you achieve. Significance is about who you are becoming. And the world does not remember achievements as much as it remembers impact.